Okay, hi everyone. So this video is to go over how to calculate standard deviation and quartile using graphing calculator. So step number one, I will hit stat, which is this button right here. When you hit stat, if you look over here, it's highlight the word edit in option number one. Since it's already highlighted, you don't have to do anything but press enter, okay? Once you get into L1, let's say if you don't have any values. On your calculator, you may or may not have some numbers. So if you have some number that you don't want, you can just hit delete. So it will clear the data. So whatever the values are given to you, those are the one you want to type in. So I'm going to type in a few numbers so that we can do the work. You can type in any or in the order they're given to you, or you can mix it up. So I'm going to type in a few more. 12, 34. Okay, I think that should be enough. So let's say this is the data set that's given to you. I would type it in. The next thing that I would do once I type in the values, I can hit stat, this button right here. Then I use this arrow. Okay, use this arrow to go over here where it's highlight cal. And then I'm going to go for the first option. So when I say first option is already highlight, I don't have to do anything further. So just go ahead and press enter. Okay. When you press enter, you have these three commands: list number, list L1, frequency list, and calculate. For that one, I'm just go ahead because there's three things for me to click. So I'm going to have to enter it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Once the screen popped up, okay, so this one, the one X with the bar on the top, that is the average, or that is the mean. That is what we call the average. The S, the capital S, X, if you look over here, that is the sample standard deviation, okay? The one with the sigma X, that is the population standard deviation. So when you do the work, if I don't ask you to do it by hand and you allow to use your calculator, make sure that you look at the question. Is this asking you for the population standard deviation? Is this asking you for sample standard deviations, okay? So be very careful when you read the question so you know which one. So I'm going to repeat again. This is S. Capital S is stand for sample standard deviation. Sigma is the population standard deviations, okay? If you press the arrow to go down a little bit down further, then you will run into, if you see the minimum, and this is the one that we talk about, quartile. So it's just on the same screen, the same steps, we can calculate standard deviation, also the quartile, okay? So you look over here, the minimum is 12. And then we have Q1 is 14.5. Then the median, instead of the Q2, the calculator will cause a median, that's the median of the whole data set. And then we have Q3, and then we have the maximum, which is the highest number. So we can use this, okay? We can use this to graph the box and whisker plot, or you can answer a question they ask you. So the same steps, but it would allow you to find the average, standard deviation, and quartiles. All right, so let's repeat the steps. Step number one, I will hit stat, this button right here. Option number one, which is edit. Once you go there, you're going to enter in the data. Once you've done enter the data, click on stat again. Use the right arrow, highlight cal, option number one. Press enter. Enter 3 times. And it will lead you to this screen. And now just a matter of you know which values to use depending on the question it's asking you. Okay.